Hey everybody, it's Rusty Paap of Paap Properties and Terrell Real Estate Services, a Berkshire Hathaway affiliate. And here I am today. This is just a quick market update. It's been about 6 weeks since I've done one of these. I want to update you more frequently than that because I think the market is always changing and it's good to keep up to date, whether you're a buyer or a seller or you just want to keep an eye on your largest asset. One of the things that I can say is that I've been very fortunate, as somebody who sells quite a few homes. I get asked all the time by not just buyers and sellers, but also other agents to try to figure out what's going on in today's market. And as things are shifting and shifting quickly, there's a lot of confusion both by consumers and by the professionals. And I think I've been lucky to be asked these questions, and as a result, I've had to think deeply about it and really try to decipher what's going on. And what I'm finding is that people are acting as though maybe the market is correcting hard, and I've even heard people use the word crash. Certainly not the case if you actually look at the statistics. Homes are not declining in value. We are experiencing a normalization in the market, meaning that prices are not going up as quickly as they were. In some cases, they've dropped back down just a little bit after a very wild peak in April and May. But as of right now, this going into the end of the third quarter here and into the fourth quarter, we're not seeing prices are declining. What we're seeing is actually that homes are selling more slowly, that's for sure. They were selling in 7 or 14 days, and now it's probably up to 21 to 25 days. But statistics show that the prices are still very, very healthy. They're still way up from what they were a year ago. And inventory itself is really the main reason for that picture. So what I wanted to present today is just why it feels like things have changed so much. And really what it is that the market was completely starved of inventory at the beginning of this year. We started off the year with less than 300 homes for sale in all of Santa Clara County. That's less than 1/20th of 1% of the housing that actually exists was for sale. And now we're about 6 times that many homes for sale. Does that mean that our market is now overflooded with inventory? Absolutely not. We're sitting at 1,706 units for sale. Condos, townhomes, single families, all combined from Gilroy to Palo Alto. That's still a very low number, and the buyers that are actually making offers are still doing so aggressively. However, they're not going $200,000 over asking and writing their offers completely non-contingent. What they're doing is they're coming in really close to list price, they're having fair contingencies in their offers, and they're making their offers as strong as possible because there is still competition. It's just not quite as crazy as it was before. It's kind of like if you're driving down the freeway and you're going 80 miles an hour and then you see a CHP off to the side, you're going to slow down to 65. When you slow down to 65, it's going to feel like you're crawling, but in reality, you're just going a normal speed. And that's what the real estate market has done. It's gone from speeding, overheated, to the point now where it's pretty normal, and normal just feels slow in comparison. So keep that in mind when you're out looking for a home. The other thing that I wanted to just really bring up that I think is super important is, it's always a good time to buy, it's always a good time to sell, because buying and selling a home is based on need, not necessarily the market. Trying to time the market for that exact right time to buy is really a frivolous event because we don't know. No one can predict the future, and we don't know if prices are going to be slightly down tomorrow from where they are today. But what I can tell you is history shows us that no one's ever bought a house in Silicon Valley and regretted it 10 years later. So it's really a good time to jump in. Interest rates are really still very, very low, but there's way more options today than there were 4 months ago. So that being the case, get out there and look and make a decision on what's best for you and your family for the long term, and you will not lose. Now, if you're a seller, if you're trying to recreate the prices from April and May, I think you're going to have trouble doing so because I think we did hit a point in that overheated market where people were actually overpaying for houses. That's over now. And it may go back in the other direction here in the near future. It all depends on inventory. But as of right now, looking at the sales comparables that have closed in the last 30 days or the pending sales which are going to close in the next 30 days or less is really going to tell you what your house should sell for, and that's what you have to expect. Now, does that mean that you're going to price your home at $999 and sell it for $1.4 the way that you might have been able to do in January through May? Probably not. What you're going to probably want to do is you're going to want to base your decision on where you price your house based on, what you really want for it and what it's really worth. And once you've set that expectation, you should put it on the market and you should expect for it to take a few weeks to sell. Now, can you price your home extra low and create that competition and try to drive up the price? Sure. Will it work? You know, in some cases, in some neighborhoods, I definitely recommend that. In other neighborhoods, I don't. It just depends on what's been happening in your neighborhood and what are the buyer's expectations in the market for the type of home that you have. You got to keep all that in perspective and then, you know, work through the process accordingly. And make sure that you hire a realtor that really knows the market well and can explain what's going on in your particular neighborhood to you so that you do make the right decision. When it comes to selling your home, it's a zero-sum game. You got to get it right the first time. So hiring the right professional for that, somebody that knows the market, knows how to market your home, and can give you advice on where to price it and how to present it is going to be super important. So the long and short of this whole message today is that no, the market is not crashing. We're not experiencing a time where prices are declining fast. In fact, if you look at the statistics, they're actually still rising. It's just not rising nearly as quickly as it was. So keep that in mind. Throw out the comparable sales from April and May. Those are fantasy land. They don't count anymore. And look at what's going on in your market today. Price your home accordingly, and it will still sell for top dollar, which is way higher than it would have 12 months ago. And like I said, buyers, this is your window of opportunity. If you were looking for a home in April and May and you were begging for more inventory, now you got it. So go out there, look at what's available, and make the right decision for you and your family. Thanks again for watching our video, and we look forward to seeing you at our open houses.